Hello, this is Lego Wizard, and today I wanted to show you a recent car mock that I've made, a green pickup truck. This will go exclusively in the city, and I've built it for that reason alone. It uses standard parts, and it fits to a minifigure scale. As you can probably see, there's a guy inside there. I'm going to go through in this video with the parts used, and the building process, and how I've made this epic car. Now, this entire truck was made using spare parts that I had lying around, and the main idea came from one of the parts that I had. I noticed that I had a lot of parts in this lime green color, which I thought was a pretty rare color, but it turns out I had a lot of these really useful sloped pieces for tiles, and a few really useful plates. So I wanted to put them to good use, and here they are now. The first idea actually really came from these pieces, which are really useful, and in a video I might make either this week or next week, I use them for the boat of a ship, as for the hull. They can be really good for showing curves in Lego, and for giving items like this, which need to have some sort of aerodynamic quality, that kind of extra flair. It really helps to have several of them. I had a perfect number here where I had exactly 8 that I needed. For me, one of the challenging bits was doing things like the front in this green color, because normally pieces like slopes would be used here, but I improvised using these hinged pieces, which are unique in a way and hard to use. But overall, I like this hood design that makes it slope forward. The main body of it, the chassis, was done using one large black plate that basically went over the entirety of the model. Then these wheels were added in, substituted in later for bigger wheels, and from there it all started to get built up. As you can see, I really wanted to have a car that was front focused, and then the back was just sort of a trailer bed. And the first idea for this was just a flat plate and then plates out like this. And from that I managed to build the trailer bed and everything around it. By removing these side plates, you can really see how much of this was bricks. As you can see here, these large 1x4 brick with the studs on one side made it able for me to use all of these green pieces for, and then they was just repeated on the other side. And it really is helpful for builds like this where I just don't have enough bricks in green like I do here, so it has to be done with flat plates, and it makes it work really well. Black was the other main color for the set, and a lot of smaller black plates went into things like the top of the car here, because I needed clearance for minifigure's head. A final note function-wise is that the back door does open up, but to quite a little bit of difficulty, where you actually have to take it off of that without breaking off the entire thing. And you can fit some cargo in here, like the wood barrels that I have in now, and it just closes up nicely. And yeah, the only issue I have with it is that when you open things up and take it off, it tends to have this creak to it, which you might be able to hear. That creak is just because the pieces that are used are very old pieces, and over time Lego pieces do sound like that. If you've ever had a vintage set, like the pirate ships that I reviewed last year, the Imperial Armada, they can tend to have that sound, and it's very uncomfortable. Otherwise, that's about it for the design of the car. And for anyone wondering, this car will be in the city, along with some other new additions that might be showed off in the next few weeks. But ultimately, this car is a nice little build that I managed to make using some parts I had left over, and it's a great rule for anyone that wants to start using up their spare pieces, is to look for useful parts to find, and build around it, create ideas and brainstorm, because sometimes one useful piece can give you an idea for an entire build. I hope to see you all again later, and I'll definitely be back later this week to show you like a pirate ship mock that I might have talked about earlier in this video. But for now, this is Lego Wizard. Have a nice day.